Bruce Goldberg Live is brought to you by Product Name, the name behind the product behind the name. Live and on relay stations throughout the world, you're watching Bruce Goldberg Live with special guests tonight. We haven't announced them yet, but anyway, this is live and we're doing it right now. So give a nice big round of applause for Bruce Goldberg. Nurse. Hey, welcome to it. This is Goldberg Live. Better off than being dead, right? Hey, we're doing this live on Facebook, YouTube, right throughout the world. God knows where else we're transmitting to, but it's everywhere. So if you've got anything you want to say, just type it in the little box there that you see below. Or you can ring us. You can ring in live onto the show because this is a live show. So you can ring in and call us. We're doing this, of course, as usual, from Goldberg Manor. And we have the butlers ready. We have the dancers in the other room. They're ready too. I don't know why. We're not dancing to anything. But if you've got anything you want to say, just say it right now and have your say. And you'll be more than welcome to say what's on your mind. So what's been going on in your neck of the woods? There's been a lot of stuff going on in the area. A lot of things like shops up for lease and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So if you've got anything you want to say, just type it into that little box. That's all you got to do is just type it right into that box. I'm Bruce Goldberg, of course, and you're not. So just type it in. I think we've got a little bit of a technical issue going on here with being able to read what people are saying. Let me just take a little check here, folks. Let me just take my eyes off the camera and have a look down here at the computer, because I think there's something strange going on with our computer system here. Oh, maybe there's not. I don't know. Anyway, look, if you want to have say, just type it in that box below and have your say with what's going on. I just came back from, where did I come back from? Gee, things are that bad. I can't remember. It's a senior's moment. Yes, Coles North Rose Bay. It's looking good, you know. It really looks good. It really does. Coles North Rose Bay has really picked up their game. I mean, they've got stock back in there, which they stopped at one point, and then they've brought it back again since they've reopened, so that's good. It was very, very busy. Couldn't park in there, had to park in the street, so it just shows you the popularity of that place. But if you've got anything you want to comment about, anything, could be anything at all, you might want to give your business a plug. Here's your chance to do it live on Goldberg Live. Don't just sit there and watch. Be part of it. Contribute to our show. You can ring the number that appears on that little screen just down there below, or you can type in and have your say, all that sort of thing. We're doing it early today. Usually we do this around 9:30, but I thought, hey, let's give it a go on a cold winter's day. It's raining. There's nothing else to do than listen to me yap on about nothing. It's a bit like a Seinfeld show, really, isn't it? And, I thought, hey, let's give it a go for the first time very early on a Sunday. Not past anyone's bedtime yet, and not competing with any big television shows on that everyone wants to watch on a Sunday night, like MAF or MAFS or 60 Minutes or whatever. So here I am early. That's why I'm early, in case you're wondering why I'm early today. But that's what's happening. Our page has hit a milestone, actually. It's 4,200 people now, just over 4,200 people out there. So there you go. That's what's happened with the board. If you've got anything you want to say, please type it in the little box, and I'll be more than pleased to answer it. Or you can ring us live. Look, there's the phone number. Ring in live. You can hide your number if you want. We don't care. We don't see your number anyway, because we're going through a computer system so to be able to put it through here. So just ring. We don't care who you are or what you say. Say whatever you like. But the one thing we do ask is that you turn your volume down in the background so you don't hear, or we don't hear, echo with a bit of a delay that's going on at the moment because it goes through the internet. So have you say, what have you been up to? What are you doing over the long weekend? What are you up to tomorrow? What did you do yesterday? What did you do today? What did you do? I went up yesterday I went up to the north coast. Well, the central coast, actually. went up to the Central Coast. It was pretty good up there. Haven't been up there for a while because of, we've been in isolation and all that sort of stuff. Howdy, Master Bruce, old chap. Time to get real about the traffic in our area. Absolute joke, and will only get worse. People, everyone knows it. Everyone in power going to actively do something about it. Build the tunnel. Thank you, Darren Diamond. Darren Diamond. What? Are you serious? It would be good to have. Speaking of tunnels and all that sort of thing, it'd be good to have a tunnel going underneath the golf course from connecting Old South and New South, and having a bridge connecting Manly, North Head, and South Head, or a tunnel. That'd be great. But the traffic would be absolutely out of control going down New South Head Road, or Old South, then onto New South. But there's ideas. Instead of going all the way around onto the Harbour Bridge, you can just cross at Watson's Bay, South Head. That'd be amazing. Well, Darren, I always read you saying that about the tunnel, but what do you propose, Darren? I mean, where would you want to see this tunnel built? Whereabouts exactly on Old South Head Road, and where would it go to? Hello, Simon Leong. Welcome to the show. Someone told me it was your birthday, Simon. Is that true? Is it your birthday? If it is, mate, happy birthday. And we saw your Facebook posts actually on TV the other day. They were talking about the pub reopening, the Rose Bay Hotel, and they were using Simon's food favourites in the shots. So you got some free publicity there from, it was Channel 9, I think. Yeah, it was Channel 9. So there you go. You got some free publicity. I don't know if they asked for your rights to be able to show that with your name on it, but hey, publicity is better than no publicity, right? Providing it's the right sort of publicity. It's nothing worse than the wrong sort of publicity. So, Darren, tell us where and what the tunnel is all about. Where is this tunnel that you propose? I'm interested to hear. I think we made a mistake on Old South Head Road when we made it one lane when it used to be 2 lanes, and they cut out a lane so you could do a right-hand turn into to Marouvri Road and all those streets before Marouvri Road going back towards the fire engine place. It used to be 2 lanes on Old South Head Road, and then they put in these right-hand lane turns only lanes. Why? More people want to go straight up Old South Head Road than turn at those streets. Some do, but I mean the majority don't. So another brainiac idea from the council, hey? Let me just have a look here. I've got to read 2 things here, folks. Birthday in January, so not this week. Oh, okay. So it's not your birthday this week. Oh, okay. Junction to Vaucluse. I'm not the expert where, how, or what we need, but we need a solution. Well, it's the traffic lights, actually. It's the traffic lights on the corner of Kaluas Street, O'Sullivan Road, and Old South Head Road, that big intersection. They're not set properly. I've seen it myself. They're not set properly, those traffic lights. And there needs to be a solution done there. Maybe a little tunnel to get under the traffic lights somehow, which would cut out those delays in the on Old South Head Road, going up Old South Head Road, banking all the way back to Dover Road. So from Dover Road to Kaluas Street, it's those sets of lights. But then also, when you go up Old South Head Road, there used to be a bus lane there, which was I don't even know why they bothered with that, but that's gone. But still, after that bus stop and those new sets of lights, there's that other one that takes you to Bellevue Hill, and people turn right in that lane, which should be a no right-hand turn permanently. And that makes traffic bank all the way back down the hill. But hey, what would I know? I've only lived here all my life. Hey, I know Jack. Hi, Jack. How you going? See, I told you I'd know Jack. So that's basically what the truth is. There's sets of lights that are problems. That's what the problem is, those sets of lights. If they fix that Kaluas Street intersection up, maybe dig a tunnel so everyone going up Old South Head Road can go straight under a tunnel and straight back up again that comes out of Old South Head Road going up the hill, or and also fix up those lights where it's permanently no right-hand turn onto to Bellevue Hill. That's going to solve a lot of issues. They've already got rid of the bus lane there, thank God for that. Only took them how long? Even the roads minister got booked there, as well as Lara Bingle. Yeah, we know about her. But the roads minister, Eric Rosendale, got caught. He was the roads minister, not anymore. He got caught there himself. So it says it all. It really does. At Decathlon store, you can just dump everything into the black box at the same time, and it knows what there is and the bills accordingly. Oh, really? Oh, I'm just reading a post on our board from Dana Einstein. Decathlon, that's out at Tempe. Yeah, they're losing a lot of money, that Decathlon. Don't be surprised if they close that down soon. That's losing a lot of money. A lot. Millions. I think it's down about $48 million or something. It's lost a lot of money. There are some good comments. I'm just reading now the comments of this show. There are some good comments on my post, such as the train. Well, a Labor person who ran for this seat quite a while ago suggested a train station near the golf course, and everyone went, "Nah, not around here. Sorry, it's not going to happen." Look, I'm not for the train. Definitely not for the train, and I'll tell you why. And look, you can look up statistics if you want, do whatever you want, but this is my take on it. I'm entitled to my take on it. Train brings in problems. People that aren't even from the area, they have no business in here, it brings them in here. Look at Bondi Junction Mall. They're all coming off that train, and you see stuff happening in Bondi Junction Mall, okay? There's a classic example of why a train is a big no-no. Take the train down to Bondi Beach, sure, I don't care. Take it down to South Bondi. It's already half dug. The tunnel is half dug under Birrell Street. They just need to finish it off. I'm getting other messages here. That's my take on trains anyway. I don't believe in it. I'm not a fan of getting a train in the area. That's for sure. Just leave it up there at Bondi Junction. It's bad enough that we get the crap in the mall there that aren't even from the area, and there's drug deals going on and shit like that. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's been in the papers all the time about it. Gilia Violin says, "Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm not sure it is actually for you guys here, but Edgecliff need Woolworth and Harris Farm. Okay, who can helps with this? Sick of the poor choice of the shops." Well, you know, all you got to do is just go down the hill to Double Bay. Go to Woolies at Double Bay. They've got a big fruit section up there. Woolworths Double Bay. And they've got some great shopping areas there. But we've got a Harris Farm opening soon in Rose Bay. So it's worth that extra few minutes drive to Rose Bay. And they're going to have underground parking. They're going to have a lift going up into the store, just a bit like Bunnings. Their car park there. Darren Diamond says, I'm actually just continuing on with your question there, Gilia. Talk to centre management up there about it. They're always looking for ideas in centre management. I don't think it's going to go far, but just at least you've asked them and mentioned that you need a Harris Farm or a Woolworths up there or whatever. The Coles up there is very, very small. Darren Diamond says, perhaps we need a restriction on vehicles per property, especially new buildings and apartments. It can't be that'd be a state government thing, and that wouldn't happen. Because if you do it for one suburb, you've got to do it for all. So that's not going to happen either. It's just the way it is, I suppose. You know, you choose to live here in this area. You choose to pay the prices, and you choose to put up with whatever's going on around here. That's your choice. If you don't like that, you can move. You can move out of the area. You can move up north, go down south, move out west. I know plenty of people that have moved up to the Central Coast and to Queensland. They just can't afford it here. I went to school with half of them. Half the people I went to school with cannot afford this area. I don't even see them because they don't live around here anymore. They just can't afford it. We're lucky to be living in this area. So when you're stuck in traffic, complain about the traffic lights, but there's nothing much more that can be done, really. It's that traffic lights on that major intersection which is the problem. That is the problem. They're not set right. They need to be longer in staying green for Old South Head Road, because that's the main road. Anyway, what would I know? I don't know too much. What else is being said here? If you've got anything you want to say, just type it in the box, just like Gilia and Darren Diamond said. Just type it in the box, or you can call me directly. You can call me directly anonymously if you want. I'll put you straight on air. There's no one on the phone at the moment. You can ring in on those numbers that appear on your screen, and that'd be great. Early show, Dean. Yeah, it's an early show today. It's a cold, rainy day during winter. I thought, well, we're not competing with any television shows tonight. No 60 Minutes, no Married at First Sights, none of that stuff, even though that's not on at the moment. But I thought we'd just do an early one, just see what sort of response we get with an early one. It's interesting because we're getting a different crowd by the looks of it with an earlier one. So, you know, you get to see me during the day, hey, instead of nighttime. Still look the same, though. Yeah, if you've got anything you want to say, just type it in the box. Or you can give us a ring on that number there that appears on your screen, 0481 825 554. We'd be more than pleased to take your call live here in the Goldberg Manor. What's going on here? Arvo Smash Delivery. Jezza Stein, early smash. Thoughts on new Coles? Oh, okay. You've just joined us, Jezza. I was just up there. I was just up at the new Coles. That's the third time I've been up there. Yeah, I couldn't park. I had to park in the street, but I just came back before I started this. It was busy. It's good. They got some of the old stock back again, which is good. The prices are good. The prices aren't over the top like Woolworths Metro. I think, you know, it's a good move, especially if that new Woolworths is going to open on Albemarle Street, which, by the way, I can't find, and nor can my connections find any application by Woolworths. The demolition was put in ages ago. They're just waiting for approval. That's what I've been told. But it's going to be demolished, that petrol station, regardless of what else goes there. But according to other sources, it's Woolworths going in there. Okay, so it's not me that's saying, making the call that it's Woolworths. I'm going by what other people are saying, that it's Woolworths going in there. The media is saying it, and they must have some other connections. I don't know, but it's not in council, obviously, because council doesn't have any copies of it. There's no application for new Woolworths in Bondi Road or in Rose Bay. None. But there is for Caltex. The Caltex's company that they contract to demolish those two Caltex service stations. That was part of the selling deal. It's all kept very tight under wraps who's bought it. There's 3 conglomerates that have bought all these Caltexes around Australia, but Woolworths have bought quite a few, and supposedly they've bought the one at Rose Bay and Bondi Road. Bondi Road, the premises is not big enough for a proper size Woolies, but Rose Bay, it's well and truly big enough. You could probably fit about 12 aisles in there at that Rose Bay one. And on that size block, you'll probably get about 70 to 80 car spots underneath if they dig underneath for car spots, like they did up at Coles, North Rose Bay. So you get about 70 to 80 car spots there. So it was a smart move by Coles to do what they did up at Rose Bay to prepare well and truly before a Woolworths opens on Albemarle Street, if it ever does. I mean, we're talking a long time away because it hasn't even been applied for yet. Well, as far as I know, it hasn't. Thoughts of Woolworths on New South Head Road? Jaden asks, well, you know, the only good thing about Woolworths Metro is Marilyn. That's the only good thing I can think of Woolworths Metro is Marilyn that works there. But it's funny you ask me that question because Woolworths New South Head Road has just put an application in yet again because the first one got declined by council. They've put an application in there for a boom gate with timed parking. It's about time. Every time you go down there, you can't park during the day. People are using it for the gym or Charcoal Charlie's or whatever. And it's just ridiculous. And there's cars that are there all day long, and you see the number plate. One of them is a red Holden with a number plate Ash something or other. You see it all the time. So people are abusing the system. I won't deny it. I've done it. I've parked there and gone to the post office, walked through the car parks to the post office. Hey, I won't deny that. But it will only work and let the turnover happen if it's only limited to 30 minutes. Because people can't do a workout in 30 minutes in a gym. Okay? They'd be pushing it. So if Woolworths is smart, they should only limit that car park to 30 minutes, and then after that you pay. And I hope they're watching this, because we do have management from the supermarkets on this board. There's no doubt about it, because I know who they are, because I get to see that as the admin. Hello, Nikki. Yes, I'm on early today. I thought we'd do an earlier one just because it's cold and raining out there, and there's nothing much to compete with, being television shows on at this time of the afternoon and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Look, I hope that Woolworths New South Head Road Metro gets that approval to put the boom gate in with, with the time parking. I've often gone in there, finally got a car spot, and the place is packed. The car park is packed, but you go into the store and it's empty. So it's being totally abused. Totally, and Woolworths know that. They had surveillance on this years ago. Little guys in little hatchbacks doing surveillance on it, and I know that for a fact. And they applied and they got rejected. So now they're applying again, and this time hopefully some brains will be used in council if they're watching this and approve it, because there's nothing worse than trying to shop somewhere and you can't go in there because other people are abusing it to go to a gym or go to somewhere else and leave it there all day. It's the same with the car park behind Chemist Warehouse, okay? People are car park hogs. That means what they do is they park there, they get tipped off that the traffic cops are around, so they move their car so the chalk on the tyre goes underneath the tyre or wears off or rubs off, or they rub it off themselves, and they go and park it in another location in that same car park. So they haven't done any favours. They've just taken up another space. And that's why that was happening a lot actually up at Westfield. And that's why Westfield brought in number plate recognition. So you can't do the block run. And I've done that. I won't deny it. And then drive back in again for another 2 hours. And that's the same with Woolworths at Double Bay. You can't do it. It's number plate recognition. Unless you change number plates, which I don't think would be worth your while. And where we're going to get another lot of number plates from. So that's what we need, number plate recognition on these new car parks and future car parks. So car park hogs can't take up all day in the car park. And it lets a turnover happen, which means more foot trade for the shops and means more customers for the shops. And that means the shops make more money. And we won't see all these for lease signs everywhere again. Because at the moment, as David Adler brought up, which I already noticed, but I didn't say anything, there's a lot of places for lease now on New South Head Road from Double Bay all the way through Rose Bay. Dover Road's got a few now, and there's going to be a few on Old South Head Road, because I know a few stores that are going from there. The Frame Shop's going, that's up for lease. Alter Ego's up for lease on Old South Head Road. So, you know, it's good that we allow a certain amount of time and then cut them off with this parking issue, because then that creates turnover. And when turnover happens, it's more foot trade and there's more people. And God, if you can't do what you want to do in 2 hours, what's wrong? There's something majorly wrong. Seriously, if you can't do what you got to do in 2 hours at Rose Bay or Double Bay, there's something very wrong, or you're abusing the system. So, you can do a full shop. You could go and get something to eat at Bake Bar or whatever at Double Bay and still be out under 2 hours. Easily. It doesn't take 2 hours. And that's good. Keeps the flow going. Darren Diamond says, speaking of parking, did you notice the new cameras on the walls outside Parisi's covering the car park? Thank goodness. Yeah, because I haven't seen them, but I can assume they would have done that, because so many people ask Parisi's if there's CCTV when there's been an accident or something going on in that car park. So many people on this board have asked, have you seen anything happen in the car park to my car? Or, I think Mario at Parisi's is sick and tired of people asking and saying no, so they've got cameras. That's good. That's a good thing. It's always good there. It's a very quiet car park at night time as well, so it's good to have video recordings of what's going on. Did you see ANZ Bank? ANZ Bank's totally gone, demolished. They've just got a facade at the front there now. They've got the construction of what they're going to build there is just, oh man, the brown brick looks ugly with this like a wave shape in it. It looks ugly as. But that's my opinion. I don't know what your opinion is. If you've seen it, you might think it's good. I don't know. I didn't like the color or the brick. But you look, just like this board and just like me, you can't be everything to everybody. It's impossible. People are going to have different tastes. But supposedly they're planning to have a restaurant or a cafe downstairs next to the Commonwealth Bank. I don't know how that's going to work, because the rent there would be astronomical, and there's again no foot trade because no one goes to the banks anymore. Everyone goes online, and the ANZ's not there anymore. And that's what's happening. That's what happens at that one across the road that's been tried so many times, 809. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work because there's no foot trade there anymore. Used to be. But, you know, people come from that car park now, the Chemist Warehouse car park and the little one there, which are going anyway, and they walk past Dover Cafe and Rose Bake House, which was Europan. And that's it. They don't need to go any further on down Dover Road. They just stop at one of those two. And that's why they're always busy. And the one at 809 further down isn't, because that's where the foot trade's coming from. It doesn't take a genius to work it out. I mean, anyone that leases that place should do their homework and sit there on a bench, one of the benches there outside, and just watch, and you'll see. That's where the foot trade goes to and comes from. And further down the road, they won't go that extra couple of meters down. They just don't. That's why those shops down there aren't working. No one's crossing from the bank side. Nobody. Very, very rarely you see someone now cross. It used to be busy, but not anymore. Not anymore. It's a hard way to make a buck, you know, in the food game. Really is a really, really hard way to make a buck. Really hard way to make a buck. I don't even know why some people bother, really. They'd be better off getting themselves a job, working for someone else on a full wage and getting superannuation. I mean, in some cases, they've just bought themselves a job. That's all they've done, really. And even then, there's a risk because it mightn't work. Whereas you get yourself a job, a proper full-time job somewhere, even at McDonald's, for example, you got yourself a job. It's not going anywhere. The job's not going anywhere because it's not disappearing overnight, and you don't have to worry about rent or anything. You get super, you get everything, you get all the entitlements, you get breaks, you get everything. That's what people have to think, outside the box, outside the square. Is it really worth my time, what I'm making in these food places? That's why, you know, you go on to, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but if you go on to Seek Business, where they have all the businesses for sale, 99% of all those businesses for sale are, guess what? Cafes and restaurants all around Sydney, all over Australia. Why? Because it doesn't always work. It has a very bad success rate. And I can tell you that because I used to be a landlord of a particular coffee shop, and still going that coffee shop. I won't mention which one. And during the time I owned that building, I owned the entire building, not just that coffee shop. In about 8 years, we had 4 owners of that business. It was sold 4 times. That tells you something, right? That tells you that, you know, even though it's still going and it's in a pretty good location, where's the money in it? Seriously, where is the money in it? And you've got so many places up for sale. I won't mention which ones. Coffee shops are up for sale, but there are a few around the area. There's quite a lot in Bondi. There's heaps in Bondi for sale. There's just no money in it. It's too competitive. It's just every man and his dog's doing a coffee shop. You can even buy coffee at a car wash. Why would you bother even competing with that? And Woolworths and Harris Farm will have one as well. Have you tried the new pizzas there on Dover Road? No, made in Italy. He moved from Plumer Road. No, haven't tried it yet. Have you, Darren? I'm a Domino's person. I like Domino's. I don't know why. I just do. The thin and crispy is my favourite. If you got anything you want to say, folks, just type it in the box or give us a call. The phone's free. Give us a call on the number that appears, 0481 825 554. We'd love to hear your feedback here at Goldberg Live. Early edition. So if you've got anything you want to say, just type away. Tell us what you've been up to, what you're doing on the long weekend. Where you're going? Are you staying in the area? Are you shopping local? What are you doing? I've got I don't know what am I doing tomorrow? I don't even know. What's tomorrow? Monday? Yeah, I don't even know. Have no idea. I'll just play it as it comes. See what type of day it is. Not like today, raining and what else is being said here? Haven't tried the new pizzas. Jez Stein, are you still with us? Are you trying another Deliveroo? Are you going to risk another Deliveroo or risk going into the Daily Mail again? So many people from this board have been in newspapers this year, including myself. It's just mind-boggling. Totally mind-boggling. I can name about 6 of us off the top of my head. And it's only June. Wow. Who knows what the future brings, huh? Anything happening down at Double Bay? We don't hear much about Double Bay. Anything happening down there? You type away. I'm having a drink. Anything happening in Double Bay that we don't know of? When are they planning to start building op? Hi, Yvonne. What do you mean by op? To start building op? Oh, opposite Parisi's. Oh, instead of the little car park? It's being held up. Well, according to newspaper reports, I mean, you can't believe everything you read in the newspaper. Otherwise, you'd believe I'm a little green man from Mars. But they reckon it's this year it's going to start. But I heard there's something being held up that's only a metre over. Oh, hang on, that's the Chemist Warehouse car park. It's a metre over planning rules or something or other. A whole metre's holding it up. I mean, can you believe it? A metre? A metre. Oh, man, where's the priorities? Where's the common sense, really? A whole metre's holding it up. I don't know when the building is going to take place. See, I was told that when Parisi's took over that little car park, when it used to be where Chemist Warehouse is now, there was a little car park where Parisi's is now, right? And that was a council car park, and Parisi's paid X amount of dollars to council so they could redevelop behind Chemist Warehouse. Well, that still hasn't happened. They've been sitting on that money for how long now? How many years has it been? How many years has that been? How many years has Parisi's been built there on those premises when they moved from where Chemist Warehouse is now? And they're sitting on the money, getting interest. Well, someone's making interest on it. What are they doing? What does it take, a show like this, to get them to pull their finger out? I mean, it's hard enough trying to get them to move that dangerous island in the middle of Newcastle Street, which is a joke, absolute freaking joke. My car beeps now when it goes near that on Newcastle Street, a corner of Albemarle and Newcastle, which we've been trying to get rid of for ages, and it just goes in one ear and out the other with those guys, and they don't even live in the area. They've never even been out to see it when they put it in. We had to get one person out, but he was just waste of time, waste of energy. They're just sitting behind their desk and using a map, trying to justify their jobs. That's all they do. That's all they do. I could tell you a whole stack of things that have... Does anyone remember when along Old South Head Road on the corner of Newcastle Street, there used to be this big ugly barricade go around the curve, so supposedly cars wouldn't roll into the Possum kindergarten? Do you remember that rubbish? And then they finally got it right after so many damn attempts of trying to solve that issue. They finally got it right. It took them so long. I mean, I remember when they had separators, little, like these big flap-looking things on the road, and they all got smashed. They didn't even last 2 days. 2 days. They just had no clue. They were doing it from an office desk and not from actually on the site, going out to the site to see it, because the map doesn't always show what it really is. Unbelievable. It's like the lunatics running a mental asylum. It just doesn't work. just doesn't work. Anyway, if you've got anything you want to say, type it in the box below or ring up. You can ring up. I'll put you live on air. The only thing we ask you to do is turn down the volume in the background so you don't hear yourself and I don't hear you echoing and all that sort of thing, because there's a bit of a delay going on. So please, by all means, type in the box, say something, or give us a call. Your say is very important. It's all about you guys. I get my information from you guys. That's how I get all this info. I've got 4,000 eyes and ears open around the area, and they tell me through personal messaging and posting stuff up, all this information. That's where I get it from. You guys. So I hope that answers your question there, Yvonne. Parisi's, who knows? I mean, I think they're going to wait till that building that's going up at the moment opposite Parisi's finishes, which it looks like it's not far off, and then they'll start on the car parks, I would imagine. But God, where are we all going to park when all these car parks are getting rebuilt? I don't know. It's a first world issue, and the shops are going to really suffer because you won't be able to park at all. But if they were smart, they'd do maybe one car park at a time. I don't know. But then that little car park on Ian Street there and Dover Road hasn't got enough capacity. I don't know. It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Hi, Jackie. Welcome down to Goldberg Manor. It was good to see you the other day, Jackie, walking past your shop when I walked up the hill, up the Ian Street hill. It's good exercise walking up that hill. It's good. You can never get parking up there, though. You can never, ever get parking. I fluked it, though. But, it's a good climb up that hill. It's good exercise for the legs and the butt. It's very good. Very good. How's business doing, Jackie, since the COVID easing? Has it made things better for you? I mean, you like I just said, I've come back from Coles North Rose Bay today before I started this, and it was busy. There was no social distancing. People were just doing everything, as usual. But they have now, the self-checkouts got shields in between each self-checkout. I noticed it today. Yeah, so, Hello, Eve Israeli. How are you?
Nurse.
Yes. Hello, Eve. It's an early one today, folks, because I just thought, hey, why not? Nothing much more to do than do this. Talk to my good people on Facebook. Someone's saying, hi, Jax. I can't see who it is that's writing that, but anyway, someone's saying, hi, Jax. So no matter where you are in the world, have your say. This is beaming out to the whole world, not just the Rose Bay, Double Bay, Vaucluse area. This is a worldwide broadcast now, hence why we do it from Goldberg Manor. So if you have anything you want to say, type it in the box. No matter where you are, we can discuss anything you want, or give us a ring on 0481 825 554 and have your say. Sounds like a talkback radio show, that, doesn't it? And have your say, yeah. Anyway, what's been going on at the kindy, Eve Israeli? Eve runs Eve's kindy. Hello, Katie. How are you? Welcome to the show as well. Hello to you. How's your famous street, Katie, where all the celebs live, or all the people that make other people celebs? How's your street doing there? Jackie says, I'm busy, but only working 3 days, as we have to share the days, as we can only have 10 people, including workers in the... Oh, really? Yee. Okay. That's still disruptive to your business. That's still very, very disruptive to the business. Look, I think times have changed now for good. More people are going to shop online, and not for haircuts, of course, but for clothes and all that, because they've got into the habit of it now. It's going to be hard to switch them back. And also, all these big companies are going to say, hey, we don't have to rent all this big office space anymore. Everyone can work from home and we'll save rent. And that's what it comes down to, is the rent, unless you own the property. Still working. All the children have been coming. Oh, that's good, Eve. That's good. At least it hasn't really affected you that much. That's good. There's nothing worse than this thing affecting your business. Seriously, I know so many people that are affected by this, like in the entertainment industry, in the nightclub business. They're not working. How do they work? It's not worth your while opening a nightclub for 50 people. That's not going to make you money. Waste of time. So, yeah, a lot of people I know work in clubs and pubs and all that, they're affected big time. Anyone been to the Rose Bay Hotel? What are they actually doing now? Have they closed their hole in the wall and dumpling bar? Or that's going to still remain? Gee, that's a clever concept, that. I take my hat off to Toby and his gang there. I really do. I think it's a clever concept. Lots of people are around now like nothing happened. Westfield is full. Yeah, well, it's a rainy day. It's a long weekend. Nothing else to do. And, yeah, people think it's all back to normal now, which it isn't really, but it's close. Every week that goes by is, a notice, basically, that things are going back. I mean, you watch the rugby league, go the Roosters winning 59-0. That was good. You watch the rugby league with, 24 people jumping on top of each other. That sends out a bad sign. That's a bad sign. There's no social distancing there, that's for sure. But they're taking precautions, but still that sends out a bad signal to the rest of the public that it's all good now, everything's great. We can go to Westfield and go to Coles at North Rose Bay or Double Bay Woolies and stand right next to someone and touch the food and touch the macaroon self-serve thing and spread all the germs and the love everywhere. Unbelievable. All businesses are going to be affected till the social distancing is over. That's true, Jackie. And Eve says, family daycare affected as government CCS cut in half, giving parents daycare, free care while we still work same hours. Oh, okay. Look, there's some winners in this and there's some losers in this. Coles and Woolworths have got record sales. They've gone through the roof since this COVID thing. They're Imagine being stuck with all this toilet paper, though. Imagine that. Imagine being stuck with you panic bought and you've got all of this toilet paper. I mean, you're going to get through it eventually, right? Because it's one of those things that you're going to use anyway. But God, how much toilet paper have you really got left? Can't be honest, people. How much toilet paper have you got? I've got 2 packs left of toilet paper. That's it. 2 packs left. How many have you got? How many of you guys got? Seriously, be honest. Have you got more than 2 packs? Have you got 10, 20, 30? Be honest. It's no big deal. I mean, it's just curious, Ronnie says, how can the government expect us to social distance yet allow to protest take place? It's just a joke now. Well, they didn't allow the protest to take place. It was deemed illegal. But they went ahead anyway, regardless. And they'll get fined for that, and they won't pay the fine. They'll refuse to pay the fine, of course, and then our taxpayers' money goes to chasing them up with the sheriffs and everything, trying to retrieve the money. It's a vicious circle. Eve Israeli agrees with Ronnie. Eve says ridiculous. Haley Gilson says none. None to what? Oh, no toilet paper. Oh, that's good. You didn't stock up too much, hey? Oh, hang on. We're talking about protest. I thought it was toilet paper you were talking about. It would have been a protest within a protest. Yeah. It's a protest you're having when you're not having a protest, like a Clayton's. Do you remember Clayton's drinks? It was the drink you're having when you're not having a drink. I never tried Clayton's, but I still use it in phrasing. The younger people don't understand what that is, but it's a pretend alcohol. And it'd be funny because psychologically people thought they were getting drunk on non-alcoholic tasting alcohol. Yeah. Weird. Or they were putting on an act. Showing off, I suppose, yeah. Anyway, that's what Clayton's was, Clayton's drink. So it's a Clayton's protest. Protest you're having when you're not having a protest. Let people protest. It is they're right? Yes, it is. No, Bruce, the Supreme Court overturned the decision at the... Oh, did they? I didn't know that. I didn't know they overturned the on appeal. But regardless if they didn't win on appeal, they still would have had that protest. You think these guys would have stopped? They weren't going to stop. Regardless, they didn't care about the court. They don't care about that. They don't care. And allowed it to happen despite the sacrifices we have made in the last 3 months. I had friends lose parents and no one could attend. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know, who do I know that got COVID? I think I know one person that got COVID. No one could attend their funerals. Yeah. There's still limitations on funerals, isn't there? And weddings. I don't get it. How can you put a limitation like that on weddings and funerals, and yet you allow people in a club, like 50 people or 100 people into a pub? I think it's make it up as you go along laws, to be honest with you, rules, because we've never experienced this before. No one's ever been around since we had a pandemic like this. So it's make it up as you go along rules. That's all this is. I mean, I think it's totally ridiculous that cars were getting stopped driving around and getting booked $1,000 because they went, because of this stay-at-home thing. What's wrong with being in a car? You're not anywhere near anybody. You're in a car. Katie says 50 people at a funeral now. Oh, that's all right. 50 bits. Some of these funerals are huge. Some of these funerals, they like to have more than 50 people. So it makes to me it makes no sense. You allow, swim and go at Bondi Beach or Watson's Bay. They've got that as well now. It's like, what? You allow waiters and waitresses to come up to your table who could have it in a restaurant, but you can't have people standing near each other at a funeral? Hello? It makes no sense. It just defies logic, really. You think about it, defies logic. And a funeral is a lot more important than going to a pub. Surely, you can do without a drink for a week or two. And if you can't, you need AA, seriously. But to go to not to be able to go to a funeral is really sad. That's really sad stuff. That's really bad. A wedding, okay, that could hurt too. But a funeral, seriously. They should make exceptions for funerals. But, it's make it up as you go along laws. Make it up. The magic, how do they get to the number of 50? That's what I want to know. How do they pull out of their hat, we'll allow 50. They ran it up. Why not 51 or 49? Why exactly 50? Does that include the people that are working there at the cemetery that are going to, dig the hole and dig the thing and everything? Makes no sense, totally. Mr. Gerber, here he is, our local foodie, Andrew M. Gerber. That's Gerber with an M. Thank you very much. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gerber. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I believe you've moved. A little birdie told me that you've moved, Mr. Gerber. Where have you moved to? I hope you're still in the eastern suburbs. You haven't become a trader and moved onto the North Shore, lower North Shore. Hope you're still in Roosters territory. What a win, hey? 59-0 the other night. I knew they were going to get smashed, Broncos. They just haven't got it together. We could get a third grand final win here, the Roosters. Seriously, we could. That pick, by the way, on our board is not taken by me. It was not taken by me of the lighthouse. It's a good pick, though. I saw it. I thought, I'm going to steal that. It's a great picture, though. But how many people knew that there was a second lighthouse? The one that we see now was the second one, and the first one was there while the second one was getting built. And at one stage, both of them were going, and then they decided to obviously demolish the first one. Not many people know that. I didn't know that at first. I never knew that. Never ever knew. Andrew Gerber says, same place as the last 8 years, not going anywhere. I thought you were moving. Oh, someone told me you were moving. Oh, okay. Oh, anyway. Okay, well, that's good, Andrew. That's good. I'll get everyone to come around for the pizza, the wood fire pizza you have at your place. Andrew M. Darren Diamond says, actually, does Darren and Andrew know each other? Do you guys know each other? Darren Diamond says, not sure about that. Para 4 from 4. We may steal your thunder. Oh, you're a Parramatta supporter, are you, Darren? You're a Parramatta supporter? Living in the East? How dare you? Oh, well, everyone to themselves. Everyone, look, I've gone for other teams against certain teams. You don't know each other. Oh, I thought you did. Oh, you both know me, yeah, but you don't know each other. Okay, I thought you knew each other. Nice to meet you two. There you go. Darren, meet Andrew. Andrew, meet Darren. I think you two would get on very well. Go the What? Go the Bunnies? What the hell are you talking about? Go the Bunnies. You're in Rooster territory and you're saying go the Bunnies? That's like Michael at Fish at the Bay. He's a big South supporter too. What's going on there? I keep telling him you should put up Roosters stuff. You're in the Roosters area. You know, us Roosters supporters aren't happy about his South Sydney stuff on the wall. I mean, the food's great there, but, you know, I don't like seeing South Sydney stuff. I like seeing Roosters stuff. I'm only having a joke. They're good. They're good friends of mine, Michael and William, father and son team. Great team there. Great food too at Fish at the Bay, Ian Street and Dover Road there on the corner. Been there forever. Been there for a long, long time. Whoops, you'd better believe it. There are many in this area you just don't know about it. Yeah, I know. Hate Roosters with a passion, yet born and bred in the East. Oh, Andrew Gerber, you traitor. Oh, that's not good to hear that. I'm going to post so much Rooster stuff now with your name tagged in it, Andrew, since you said that. I'm going to post heaps. Parramatta Matters. Oh, my God. I remember when Parramatta Leagues Club had the logo of an Aboriginal with a spear as their logo before they became the Eels. That's true. That's going back into the 70s. That's true. I remember that clearly. That was a long time ago, but that's what they were before the Eels. True. You look it up. It's a true fact. Do you remember going to the sports ground before it became the stadium and everything next to the Easter show there at Moore Park? It used to be just Sydney football field or something. They had an Army Reserve field behind that as well. We're going back into early days here. Roosters early days. Like for early days as in 70s and 60s. I don't remember too much in the 60s, but 70s I definitely do. Because I grew up in the 70s. So 60s I was too young to remember. But yeah, they had a very different field to what it is now. Very, very different field. Has anybody actually caught a tram? Has anyone caught one of those new trams yet? I saw one the other day when I'm driving along Anzac Parade, and I think it was empty. It was totally empty. So much for all those billions of dollars. Has anyone actually caught one yet? I mean, you go to Melbourne. I go to Melbourne all the time. I love Melbourne. And, you know, trams are different there. They're everywhere. If you haven't been to Melbourne, they're absolutely everywhere. And they've got a City Loop one, which is free. You can jump on, jump off, hop off, whatever you want to do. They're pretty strict, though, with the inspectors checking to see if you've got a ticket or you tapped on with your Mickey or Mikey card. I think it's, Mikey card. It's like our Opal card, but that's the Melbourne version, Mikey. Some guy must have been called Mike or something that worked there, and they said, "Oh, we'll call it a Mikey card." It's the same as that electronics manufacturer, Samsung. What happened basically was a little guy in a factory. His name was Sam, and he started singing in the background, and they all went, "Oh yeah, we'll call it Samsung. Oh, Samsung, yeah." So when I go into a store and ask for Samsung, and they show the rep introduces himself to me, I say, "Well, what did Sam sing?" He looks at me. He goes, "What?" I said, "Well, what did Sam sing?" He goes, "No, we're Samsung." I said, "Yeah, I know, you're Samsung, but what did Sam sing?" Anyway, some people catch on to it, others don't. It's just bizarre. But anyway, that's probably how they got their name, from a little worker there that started singing in the warehouse. I don't know. I can't think of any other reason why they'd call it Samsung, can you? I don't buy Samsung stuff anyway. I'm not a believer in my house catching fire with some of their products that have been notoriously known for catching fire, like washing machines and TV sets eavesdropping on you and all. Just Google it, you'll see what I'm saying. Anything else you want to talk about, people? Just type it in the box below. If you've got better dad jokes than mine, just type it in the box below, or give us a ring. The phones are empty today. No one's ringing. It's weird. Different time zone, I suppose, and people are in a different mood. So what else has been going on, Darren Diamond and Andrew M. Gerber? What's been happening? Have you caught a tram? Curious to know if anyone's caught a tram. Has anyone been caught using their mobile phone with those new cameras at Moore Park? That's another interesting thing. I've been caught many, many years ago outside Perfection Chocolates, actually, on my phone by a police car. This was before you lose demerit points. It was just a fine. This is a long, long, long time ago. But I haven't been caught since. Well, I don't need to because I've got hands-free. But has anyone been caught using their phone at Moore Park? Or do you know anybody that's been caught at Moore Park using their phone on those new cameras they've got? Speaking of cameras, you see, I wrote about Woolworths at Double Bay. They've got this new thing. It detects what fruit or veg you've got by its cameras hidden, and it will bring it up on the screen straight away that you're putting bananas there, or it's just recognition, right? But when you put in those little bags they supply you, that you pull off the roll, it can't tell if it's an orange or a mandarin, for example. In my case, it couldn't tell there were mandarins. So it knew it was orange, but that's all it knew. It was an orange color. So it asked me, what are they? So you don't have to scan those tags anymore when you're using Scan and Go, but you still got to scan the weigher scales thing. You still got the screen, you still got to scan. But hey, you know what? Scan and Go during this COVID thing's been brilliant. Don't have to stand next to anyone. Just walk straight through. Straight through. Is anyone still using Scan and Go? Everyone was using it when they had that 20% off special going, which was a damn good price, or 25% off. It was a damn good price. Good deal. But I'm just wondering if anyone's still using it. I do. I still use it. I swear by it. I think it's brilliant at Double Bay there. I saw on the new, where was this? It was in a newspaper. A secret room in a supermarket. I'm thinking, oh yeah, where's this? And they said it's Double Bay Woolworths at Double Bay. And I'm thinking, oh no, not the cheese room. It's been there forever. That's not a secret. But yep, that's what it was. The cheese room at Double Bay. Just a few weeks ago, it was in the papers about it. Really? That's no secret. You can see it straight away. Absolutely straight away. And I think it's a disaster. I think it's a flop. Never see anyone in it. They should make it an Australian-made area or something. I don't know. They've got to do something with that room. It's a waste of space. Total waste of space. Darren Diamond says, did you meet Jason from Snap Fitness yet? He's awaiting your visit. Is he? Okay. Jason from Snap Fitness. Don't know it. Don't know him. Haven't met him. Been told when it's opening. Looks good inside there as I walk past. But, how are you going to park around there? There's no parking around that area. All the spots are taken up. Don't know how they even got past council, because that's the first thing council would have said, parking. So who knows? Anyway, look, I wish them luck. It's good. New business is good. Good for the area. Good competition. Competition's good for everybody. And, I think they would have been better off taking over that old Thai place on New South Head Road. That what was it called there? Secret Garden. I reckon they would have been better off there, below the retirement village, on New South Head Road there. I reckon it would have been better there. It's got enough room there, tons of room there. You wouldn't get the neighbours complaining about the smell, because there's no smell. Oh, well, no food smell coming out of there anyway. Walk there, local gym. Yeah, you could walk there. Depends. Well, see, if you rely on people to walk there, you're totally limiting yourself straight away. Totally limiting your business opportunity. That's why, going back to what we were saying before about Woolworths Metro, that's why people park in Woolworths Metro to go to Anytime Fitness next door. They all do. I see them all the time. And they're abusing the system. I've done it myself, but, I don't do it regularly, but there's some guys that are doing it regularly because you can park. So they're getting people in there because you can park. But what happens if you can't park there? Like where Snap is, you're going to limit yourself big time. There used to be a gym right next door where the Chemist Warehouse is now. Before it was a Thai restaurant twice, it used to be a private gym, a membership gym, and it failed. Probably for the same reason, no parking. Because I knew someone whose wife was working in there on reception, and it didn't work. I don't know how much it was. Does anyone remember that gym before Thai-rific and Thai Leaf and all those others that opened there, where Chemist Warehouse on Old South Head Road is now? Pretty big premises there, out the back and everything. It's huge. Too big for a restaurant. Way too big to pay that rent. That'd be huge. But they tried a gym in there with a private sauna or something in there as well. They tried everything. It didn't work. Didn't work. So who knows? Maybe Snap might work. I wish them luck. I hope it does for their sake. I really do. But I wouldn't want to take that risk. If that was me opening up that gym, I wouldn't take that risk there. Nah. Darren, are you going to go to this gym? After you've eaten at Doppio, you're going to walk along to work it off, what you've just eaten at Gia's? Zoo. Hello, Sheila. Fork. Zoo. What zoo? We have a zoo? What? Eastern Suburbs Zoo. God, I could name quite a few people I'd put in that zoo. That'd be interesting to watch. The Bored Housewives of Rose Bay would be good. That group of women, yeah, the ones that cause trouble and talk bullshit about people. Yep, that'd be fantastic. I can name those people. I could easily name them. But I've got legal stuff going on at the moment, so I'm not going to mention their names just yet until we're finished with them. Yeah, I could name quite a few people I put in the zoo in Rose Bay and Double Bay. Quite a few. They'd all end up killing each other in the end. They would. Zoo. I don't know what you mean. You mean a gym where you can all look at each other like a zoo? Oh, Tazu Gym on Old South Head Road. Tazu Gym on Old South Head Road. Tazu Gym. Where's is that the one on the corner of Marivary Road? That's gone through quite a lot of people too. That I remember they used to sell angel dresses or something or other. Little girls' dresses for angels or something. Used to be a hair salon there too. It's gone through quite a bit. Is that where you're talking about, that Tazu Gym? It'd be interesting to see if that's what you're talking about, because I can't think of anywhere else a gym would be that'd be big enough for a gym on Old South Head Road. Has anyone been to the music store yet on Old South Head Road? They're just applying now for that studio in the back of their music store. I had to be their neighbour. Oh boy. Hearing drums and guitars, and it doesn't matter how much you soundproof, you could still feel vibration. You could. Tazu, years ago. Oh, that's the one that you're talking about where... yes. Okay, Sheila, I'm with you now. Yeah. That's the one where the Thai restaurants took over. Yeah, where Chemist Warehouse is now. I've got you. Now I've got you. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. That was what it was called. I didn't even know the name of it. Didn't even know what the name of it was. Had no idea it was called Tazu. It just shows you bad marketing. Didn't even know. And that's probably part of the reason why it failed. Poor marketing. You know, you can sell ice to Eskimos if you market properly. To a certain extent, of course. Never knew it was there. Never ever knew. It was called that, I should say. Never knew. Oh well, they're trying it now with Snap. Hasn't Snap opened before around this area and closed down? Someone was saying that it's opened a few times before around this area, Double Bay and somewhere else, and it's closed down. So what is it, a franchise or something, is it? Can someone confirm that? I don't know if Snap closed down or not. I don't even know. What's the one in the Intercontinental called? The one out the back of the Intercontinental. What's that one? Is that a Snap? Or it was a Snap or somewhere or other? I have no idea. Absolutely none. If you have anything you want to say, just type it in the box or give us a ring. There's no one on the phones at the moment. You can ring on the number that appears below. So, Darren, are you gonna go to this gym? Snap when it opens? I don't understand how a gym, any gym, can open with this corona stuff going. Because people are going to be sweating and everything. You can clean as much as you want. There's still going to be people sweating and heavy breathing with their workout, running on the treadmills or whatever they're doing. So I can't understand how they allow that even to open, any gym to open, and yet they only let 50 people to a funeral. Makes no sense. Totally makes no sense. I mean, surely if you wore a mask to the funeral, a face mask, you should be allowed to have as many as you want, providing you turn up with a face mask. And if you don't turn up with a face mask, well, you can't turn up to the funeral. You can't go to the funeral. That's how it should be. It's just make it up as you go along stuff, really. And they allow 24 people to jump on top of each other playing rugby league. Huh? I don't know. Is it me or is it everyone else thinking the same way? That just doesn't make sense. Some of these rules don't make sense at all. It absolutely makes no sense at all. Darren Diamond is considering it, going to Snap. What are you going to snap, Darren? Is the name a prelude for what you're going to end up doing at an X-ray company? Like, I've snapped my knee, my leg, my arm. I've been at Fitness First a long time, but open to change. Fitness First. Which one, mate? The Platinum one or the other one? One in Westfield or the other one across the road? I used to go there when it was Healthland, before they built Westfield, when it was the Carousel and Bondi Junction Plaza. Do you remember Bondi Junction Plaza's TV ads, only 9 minutes from the GPO? When it first opened with the trains in the 1970s. Who else is thinking of going to Snap, maybe? Oh, they're all Platinums nowadays. You go to the Westfield one. Oh, I suppose you can park down. See, that's it. You can park downstairs. Westfield's big enough to park in. And you get 2 hours. You probably get longer if they have a validation thing like the movie cinema does. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look that big inside there when you look into. It looks very nice what they've done. The shop fit out looks very nice at Snap. It's got this red light stuff going along. Many people have already signed up to Snap. Oh, that's good. How much does it cost for Snap? Is it expensive or is it? I mean, I don't even know what the prices are these days. I got my own gym here in Goldberg Manor. I don't need to go to gyms. I've got weights and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what the prices are, Darren? They had an opening special from memory, $16 a week. 16 times 52, $832 a year. Yeah, that's not bad. But what does it go back to? Do you know? After the $16 a week, what does it fall back to? After that, what, $20 a week? Actually, when I used to go to Healthland, it used to be you pay. You could have all these things, but I used to pay when I visited. That was it, $4 or $5 or something. Here's a call on Goldberg Live. Hey, it's Goldberg Live. You're live on the air. Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead. Hello. Speak to me. Hello. Oh, actually, hang on a sec. Hang on. That's better. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Who's speaking?
Hi there. How you going?
Good. Who's that?
It's another Bruce, actually.
Hello, another Bruce. How are you, another Bruce? That's a good name you got there.
Thanks, Brucey. I just had a really important question to ask you.
Yes.
In the live screen you're on, is that your house in the background?
It's Goldberg Manor, yeah.
That's the house?
Well, that's where I am right now. It's raining out there, so I don't want to be getting wet.
Yeah, it is raining, but it's also 5 p.m. and it looks like it's light outside.
We're using lights on the balcony.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get sunlight where I live at 5 p.m.
Yeah, no. Well, if you watch carefully, I'm going to move my head backwards. You'll see the chandeliers giving off the light on my forehead. You watch. Look at this. Watch this. There's going to be a bit of a delay, but you have a look at this.
I don't know, lad.
See that? See the light coming off? Are those
your paintings as well?
I beg your pardon?
Are those paintings yours as well?
The whole house is mine, mate. It's
Goldberg
Manor. Those paintings, though, behind me there, that's Bruce Goldberg the First. The one above it is who's that? I can't even remember. Oh yes, that's
Why don't you just go? Do you mind standing up for me and just going towards it, just so we can have a look?
Can I what? Sorry.
Do you mind just going towards it?
Can you what? Sorry.
Can you walk towards it?
Can I walk to? Yeah, I can.
Maybe like have a seat on the couch.
I can do that too. I'm all wired up here, though. I'm all wired up here, mate. I can't. I've got all these wires here. If I do that, the whole show goes because I'm all wired up. But I will do it. I will do it for you.
Brucey.
Okay,
fellow Bruce.
Is it another? We don't have another Bruce on our board, though. That's the thing. So where are you calling?
I am Bruce.
You're Bruce. Okay. Where are you from, Bruce? What suburb are you in?
I'm Bruce Goldberg.
Oh, you're another Bruce Goldberg, are you?
Yep.
Oh, you poor thing. You must cop it like me. You must. People must think. Yeah,
and I cop those nice paintings as well.
I beg your pardon?
Those nice paintings.
They are. They're very nice. They're nearly the price of what a Banksy would cost.
It just looks like your microphone is hovering.
No, it's on a thing. Look, it's on a stand here. I'm all wired up. Look.
All right, Brucey. When you hooked back in live?
When I what?
When are you back on live?
When am I back on nights?
Live.
When am I back on live?
Yes, sir.
I'm always live.
All right, Brucey. I'll see you then. Cheers, mate.
Okay, bye. Okay, that's another Bruce, supposedly. I don't know. That's what he claims to be, another Bruce. There you go. And if his name is Bruce Goldberg, well, he'd understand what I've been copying, right? So there you go. There's another Bruce. I don't think we've got another Bruce Goldberg on our thing. We've got a Brett Goldberg. I've seen that, but we haven't got a Bruce Goldberg on our board. I don't know. Could be anybody. It was a full moon last night, wasn't it? It was a full moon. That's probably what it is. Darren Diamond says, I'd imagine it stays at the rate permanently if you sign up now. Oh, okay. So so what sort of contract have they got? I mean, is it one of these really hard to get out of contracts? Because I know someone that joined a fitness club and they really got stuck and they couldn't get out of it. They really could not get out of it. It was really, really, really difficult because the excuse was that from the fitness club company, it wasn't Snap, it was some other company. I won't mention their names, Anytime Fitness. They said that it had to, their gyms were within 3 kilometres of every person in Sydney or New South Wales. They've got one at least 3 kilometres to where you're living. So there's no excuse for not going or wanting to cancel your membership, saying it's too far. That was the excuse that they were using. So there you go. You have a look at your contract and you'll see it. It's on there. It's on there for that particular membership. And I thought that was a ridiculous rule. It wasn't to me. It was someone else I knew. But, oh well, a contract's a contract. You got to read what you sign, right? Can't just keep changing it to suit you. So there you go. Anything else going on, folks? Just give us a call. Have your say. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can type it in the box below. Type it in the box. So, Darren, tell me this, mate. Is it automatic debit? So it's recurring, like a Netflix subscription, for example? Or is it you pay as you go? Because like I was saying before the phone call came through, at any time, where was it? Healthland, I'd pay like $4 or $5 before I would actually walk through the door. And that was a casual rate. I didn't mind doing that because I didn't know if I was going to go there 3 or 4 times a week or 5 days a week or whatever. And sometimes it changed. So at the end of the day, I worked it out. It was costing me about $20 a week anyway. And there was no contract or any commitments or anything from either side. But I got to use everything up there. So did anyone, like Sheila mentioned that it was called Tazoo, that health club that was where Chemist Warehouse is now in Rose Bay, Old South Head Road. Did anyone watching this, did anyone become a member? Has anyone been a member of that fitness place, Tazoo, which is where Chemist Warehouse is now? Because if they are, I'd love to hear, or if they have been, I should say, I'd love to hear what you thought of the place. It was interesting. I never got to see in the place. It was all dark windows, so just couldn't see in. At least with Snap, you can see in, and I hope Snap works for them. I really do. I really do. He seems to know some of the people. Seems to know some of the people in the area. This guy, I don't know him though. I'm unsure of any other details. Their doors are open to welcome visitors, and yeah. See, that's a good thing that they're open to welcome visitors to have a look around. That's what you want to do. You want to look at what you're spending your money on. This Tazoo place, you'd have to open the door, and you feel obligated when you open that door. It's like with any shop. You have to push a door open or open a door. It's psychology. You feel like you're obligated, and it puts people off. There's been research on that stuff like that. Because I used to do retail, and I know about that psychology. Same with a step. If your place has got just one step to get in the place off the street, you're going to lose a percentage of business, regardless if you like it or not. Because when someone makes that step up into your shop, it's like an obligation. And that's why companies spend a fortune to get either a ramp, as well for wheelchair access, so you're killing 2 birds with one stone anyway, a ramp, or to get it absolutely flat in line with the footpath. Bit of psychology, you see. That's what some of these places that open don't realise, that there's psychology behind it. It's like you go to a JB Hi-Fi, for example, okay? That uses psychology on you, and you probably don't even realise it. It's making out that it's a warehouse with the wooden floors and the things stacked and big red handwritten price tickets. Well, you do a price comparison on JB Hi-Fi, and you'll see they're expensive. They're more expensive than some of the other places on most things. But it makes you think it's cheap because it's got that wooden floor that you walk into, and the handwritten tags and things stacked on boxes and stuff. It's all psychology. It's all about psychology. And, you go to Coles, even at North Rose Bay now, and they've got the music playing, because that is proven that when you've got music playing, it keeps you in there longer. And the longer you're in there, the more you're going to buy. And it's catering for the demographic that's got the income, because it's an 80s at the moment. It's an 80s format, music format. And that keeps the, 50-year-olds and under, probably from about 30 to 50. They've got the big incomes. Keeps them in there longer. It's all psychology. It's like a casino. You'll never see a clock in a casino. Otherwise, you'd leave early. You'd never, ever see a clock on the wall in a casino. A pub is different. I'm talking about a casino. You'll never, ever see. And they don't let you see outside, because then you can't tell if it's dark or light, and it doesn't make you want to go. There's all these psychology things. They give you free drinks, free soft drinks, little cans of drinks to keep you in there longer. So a lot of psychology that goes onto these places, and I bet most of you didn't know about the JB Hi-Fi or Coles, why they've got Coles Radio. And that's the truth. But they've got good music on Coles Radio, I've got to say. I listen to it in the car on DAB, and it's pretty good. It rates very, very well in the ratings for the digital channels, I must say. Anything else on your mind, people? Anything else you want to say? Please say by all means, have your say, or forever hold your breath. Well, I'm going to bid you all a farewell and have a great Queen's birthday. Don't get into too much trouble. I'll try not to. And I'll speak to you next time. So for now, good night and goodbye. You've just been watching Goldberg Live, brought to you by Product Name. The name behind the product, behind the name. Nurse. Yeah, I'll come back now. You hear?
This has been a Mad Ways presentation, darling.